Welcome to Bullet Points by Gun Hub News.
Glad to be here.
Today we're diving into something brand new, something getting a lot of attention.
Ah, yes, the Springfield Armory KUNA.
Exactly. It's their new 9mm PDW personal defense weapon. We've looked at the early info, the first impressions.
And yeah, the initial buzz seems pretty positive. It looks like a well-considered design, some really standout features.
Okay, let's jump right in then. One thing everyone's talking about is the operating system.
The roller-delayed blowback.
Right. Now, that's not something you see every day on a new PDW. Why is that significant?
Well, the big advantage is recoil management. Basically, instead of the bolt just slamming back, the rollers introduce a slight delay.
A delay? How does that help?
It softens the whole recoil impulse. You feel less kick. The muzzle stays flatter.
Ah, so better control.
Much better control. Especially for quick follow-up shots, which is, critical for a PDW like this. It's quite different from a simple blowback.
It makes sense. Less jump means easier to stay on target. Now, besides how it shoots, size is huge for PDWs.
Absolutely. Compactness is key.
And the KUNA is designed to be pretty compact.
Oh, yeah. Folded up, it's only about 15 and a half inches long.
That's quite small.
And extended, maybe 24 and a half. Weight-wise, it's just over 5 pounds. Pretty light.
So what does that mean practically? Where would you use something like this?
Well, it's ideal for situations where space is tight. Think keeping it in a vehicle, maybe a backpack gun for hiking.
Right. More punch than a pistol, but easier to carry than a full rifle.
Exactly. It's trying to hit that sweet spot.
Okay, handling. What about the controls? Do we hear anything specific there?
Big focus on ambidextrous features. Fully ambi, actually.
Meaning?
Safety selector, magazine release, the bolt release. They're all accessible from either side.
That's a plus for lefties.
Definitely. And even the charging handle, it's non-reciprocating, and you can swap it to the left or right side.
So really thought through for all shooters.
Seems like it, yeah. Shows good attention to detail.
Let's talk about how it's built. Is it tough? What are the materials like?
The upper receiver is monolithic, so it's one solid piece.
Okay.
It's forged 7075 T6 aluminum, which is, aerospace grade stuff. Very strong, very light.
And the finish?
Type 3 hard coat anodized. So it's tough against scratches and wear.
And lower.
That's a high strength injection molded polymer. Helps keep the weight down.
What about the barrel?
6-inch barrel, cold hammer, forged for durability and accuracy. And it's melanite finished.
Melanite.
There.
That's for corrosion resistance.
Exactly, and surface hardness. Plus that roller delayed system again. It's actually less harsh on the components compared to, say, direct blowback. No need for a super heavy bolt.
So built to last, sounds like. How about sights? What does it come with?
It ships with these hybrid iron sights. You get a standard notch rear and a white dot front.
And stuff.
But they also flip up to give you a ghost ring aperture.
Ah, for faster close-up work.
Precisely. And the upper, being monolithic, has an 8-inch Picatinny rail on top. Plenty of space for optics.
Red dots, magnifiers, whatever you want.
Right. And there's some talk that the irons, when folded down, might actually co-witness with some lower profile optics.
Well, that's neat. Built-in backup.
Yeah, potentially. Smart design if it works out that way.
Now, braces are common on these types of firearms. Does the KUNA offer one?
It does. There's a version available with an optional Strike Industries FSA brace.
Strike Industries. They make good stuff.
Yeah, it's a folding brace, steel hinge for strength, but the arm itself is skeletonized, so it's light.
And the benefit is?
Stability. Much more stable shooting platform compared to just holding the pistol grip. Helps with accuracy, especially faster shooting.
And it folds away for compactness.
Exactly. Keeps that small footprint. It attaches via an integrated Picatinny rail on the backplate.
Okay. What about suppressors? Is it a good host?
It seems like it should be, yeah. That roller delayed action tends to mean less gas blowback towards the shooter when suppressed.
Which is a common complaint with some suppressed guns.
Right. And the barrel comes threaded 12 by 28, which is the standard, for 9mm.
Ready to go then. Does it come with a muzzle device?
Yeah, it ships with a multi-port muzzle brake, but you can easily swap that out for your suppressor mount.
Good to know. Let's talk magazines. What does it feed from?
Okay, so it uses proprietary magazines.
Not standard AR mags or anything.
No. They're 30 rounders made from a translucent polymer so you can see your round count.
Okay. Any word on their quality?
They feature metal feed lips, which is a good sign for durability and reliable feeding.
And price. Proprietary sometimes means expensive.
Early indications are that they'll be reasonably priced. We'll have to see, but that's the word.
Any quirks with them?
Some initial reports mention they can be a bit stiff to seat when brand new and fully loaded.
Common with new mags sometimes.
Yeah, but otherwise they seem to feed reliably.
Okay, reliable feeding is key. How about the overall feel, the ergonomics?
Seems pretty well thought out. It actually uses a standard AR-style grip interface.
Oh, so you can swap the grip out.
Yeah, lots of customization potential there. If you have a favorite AR grip, chances are it'll fit.
Nice. What about the grip it comes with?
It has this adaptive texture for a good hold and includes storage inside, like many AR grips.
And the trigger. Always important.
Flat-faced aluminum trigger. Reports say it has a nice tactile brake.
Clean break.
Apparently so. And a short, audible reset. Pull weight is measured around 4 pounds.
4 pounds. That's pretty good for this type of firearm.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a decent trigger setup out of the box.
So where does Springfield see this fitting in the market? And what's the damage price-wise?
It's definitely positioned as a PDW, filling that gap, between a typical handgun and a larger rifle or AR pistol.
Makes sense. The price.
MSRP for the base model without the brace is looking like $999.
Under $1,000 for a roller-delayed gun. That's interesting.
Yeah, pretty competitive. The model with the Strike Industries brace is around $1,149.
Still seems quite reasonable given the features, especially that operating system.
Agreed. For a roller-delayed gun, that's an attractive price point.
Now, Springfield Armory works with partners overseas sometimes. Where's the KUNA actually made?
It's manufactured by HS Product over in Croatia.
Ah, the same folks who make the Hellcat and the Echelon.
That's them. They have a long-standing relationship with Springfield.
And the name KUNA. Any significance there?
Yeah, it's actually a nod to Croatia. KUNA is the Croatian name for the European pine marten, which is their national animal.
Huh, interesting.
It was also the name of their former currency, so it's a tribute to their manufacturing partners and Croatian heritage. Some info suggests the design originated from a military contract requirement, too.
Okay, that adds some context. So we know the specs, the features, but how does it actually shoot? What are the first range reports saying?
Mostly very positive. People are saying it's light, handles well, feels balanced, even with optics or a suppressor mounted.
And the recoil. Does that roller-delayed system deliver?
Seems like it really does. Soft shooting is a term coming up a lot. Very manageable recoil, very little muzzle rise.
Which makes those follow-up shots
much easier. Staying on target for quick pairs or strings of fire seems to be a real strength.
Accuracy.
Reported to be quite good for its size. Definitely accurate enough for its intended PDW role. Maybe even better with focused shooting.
Any reliability issues noted?
Generally solid. There was one mention of a single failure to feed after around 500 rounds.
Okay.
But that was attributed to really dirty magazines after shooting suppressed quite a bit. Seems like an isolated thing, potentially ammo or mag related, not systemic.
So keep your mags clean, especially when running suppressed. Sounds like standard procedure.
Pretty much. Overall, the impression is it runs reliably.
Good to hear. And finally, for owners, what about taking it apart for cleaning?
Seems straightforward. Reports say disassembly involves just removing 2 main pins.
Standard AR-like takedown, basically.
Very similar, yeah. Easy access for cleaning and maintenance.
Okay, so wrapping up, it sounds like Springfield Armory has put together a really compelling package here with the KUNA.
Yeah, the combination of that roller-delayed system, the compactness, the ambi controls, it's hitting a lot of the right notes.
And that price point definitely makes it accessible.
Absolutely. It looks like it could be a really strong contender in that PDW space. Offers a lot of performance and features for the money.
It definitely seems to be generating a lot of positive interest right out of the gate.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye out for more in-depth reviews as it gets into more hands.
For sure. It'll be interesting to see how it stacks up long-term against the competition.
Well, that gives us a solid first look at the new Springfield Armory KUNA pistol. That roller-delayed system, compact size, and those ambi features are definitely worth noting.
Seems like a promising new entry.
That's it for today, and thanks for listening in on the Bullet Points podcast from Gun Hub News.